A huge congratulations to you. Your parent visa has been granted, which is just incredible news. An amazing new chapter in Australia is about to begin. I know it's a massive moment, and to make sure you feel totally confident, we've put together this guide to walk you through exactly what comes next.
So, just take a deep breath and let that sink in. You did it. The hard part is over. Now we're going to give you a really simple, clear roadmap for everything that's coming up so you can feel completely prepared for your journey.
All right, so here's what we're going to cover. We've broken it all down into 5 easy sections. We'll start with what you need to do right now before you travel. Then we'll cover your arrival. After that, we'll dive into what life as a resident looks like, talk about travel and your future, and finally, wrap up with your key responsibilities. Sound good? Let's get started.
Okay, first up, visa granted, what's next? This is all about getting your ducks in a row before you even think about booking a flight. These are your first, most important steps.
Here's your essential pre-travel checklist. Now, you're obviously going to make sure your passport is valid and double-check the visa grant. But listen up. The single most critical piece of information here is the first entry arrival date in your grant letter. Seriously? Find it. Circle it. Put it in your calendar. It's a non-negotiable deadline. And just to be crystal clear, this isn't us just saying this. This is a direct quote from the Department of Home Affairs. It's not a suggestion, it's a mandatory condition. You have to enter Australia by this date to activate your visa. Missing it can cause some serious problems. So please, go find that letter right now.
All right, moving on to your arrival in Australia. Now, we all know life happens. Even with the best plans, things can change. So what do you do if you can't make that first entry date? Let's cover that, and then we'll talk about what to expect when you get to the border.
So, the big question, what if you just can't travel before that first entry date? Is it all over? Is your visa canceled? Well, take a breath, because the answer is no. Thankfully, the government has a process for this, but you do need to follow the steps very carefully. The solution is something called a Travel Facilitation Letter. It's a pretty straightforward 3-step process. First, you've got to have a new travel plan that gets you to Australia sometime in the next 12 months. Second, and this is all about timing, you can only submit this request when you have less than 3 months left on your original entry date, not before. And third, you just have to fill out and submit the official form.
So once you land, the process at the airport is pretty standard. Everyone has to fill out an incoming passenger card. But here's a little pro tip for you. Keep an eye out for signs for the Smart Gate. If you have one of those e-passports, these automated gates can get you through immigration so much faster. It's a real time saver. Okay, Section 3, Life as a Resident. You've made it. You're in Australia. So now what? Let's talk about what it actually means to be a permanent resident. All the exciting opportunities and, of course, the important responsibilities that come with your new status.
So, what exactly is a permanent resident? Well, to put it simply, it means you hold a permanent visa. This allows you to live, work, and study in Australia indefinitely. You've made Australia your home.
You know, being a permanent resident is really like 2 sides of the same coin. On one side, you have these fantastic rights. You can work and study, access government services like Medicare, and you can even sponsor other family members to join you. But on the other side, you've got some key responsibilities, like obeying all Australian laws and, crucially, keeping the government updated about any changes in your circumstances.
And what kind of changes are we talking about? Well, the Department of Home Affairs needs to know if you get a new phone number or email, if you move, if you get a new passport, if your relationship status changes, or if you have a child. Keeping your details up to date isn't just a good idea, it's a critical part of your visa conditions.
Let's move on to Section 4, Travel and Your Future. Your residency isn't just about staying in Australia, it's also about having the freedom to travel. So let's look at how that works and what the long-term path to citizenship could look like for you. When it comes to your ability to travel in and out of the country, there is one number I really want you to remember. It's 5 years. This is the key to understanding everything about how you can travel as a permanent resident.
So here's how it works. From the day your visa is granted, a 5-year travel clock starts ticking. For those 5 years, you can come and go from Australia as much as you want. Easy. But, and this is a big but, after those 5 years are up, if you're overseas and want to come back, you'll need what's called a Resident Return Visa, or RRV. The other option, of course, is to become an Australian citizen, which gives you an Australian passport and gets rid of any travel restrictions.
All right, let's wrap this all up with a simple action checklist. Think of this as your quick reference guide for managing your new life as a resident.
It's really this straightforward. If your address or passport changes, what do? You notify the department. As that 5-year travel window gets close to expiring, you start looking into either an RRV or citizenship. And if you ever need to prove your visa status for a job or anything else, you use the government's online VEVO system. VEVO, Visa Entitlement Verification Online. It's that easy.
So there you have it. We've gone over the first crucial steps, your rights and your responsibilities. You have the roadmap. The only real question left is, now that you know what to do, what's your very first move going to be to start this amazing new life in Australia? Congratulations again, and we wish you all the very best on the incredible journey ahead.